Hello friends, so today we are going to discuss another LeetCode problem, and the problem title is iterator for combination. So here we are given a class which name is combination iterator, and there are two methods given. One is the next, which returns output as a string, which its return type is string, and another function is there, so it has a hasNext, so it returns a boolean value. So I will quickly summarize what is given in the problem description. So basically, we in this constructor, this is a combination iterator. So there are two parameters given. One is the string and another is this combination later. So what does it mean? Let's take an example over here. Okay, so basically here we are given a string as a ABC and the combination length is 2. So whenever we call the function, so first time when we call the next function, so it should return the AB. One more condition is there, so whatever strings are returned when we call the next function, so those should be in the lexicographical order, so it has to be in the ascending order. Okay, so here it returns the AB. Next time when we call the hasNext function, so it returns the true or false based on the availability of the strings or the combinations which are having the length as a 2. So here we are having more number of combinations, so it returns true over here. So again when we call the next, so it returns us the AC. Now again for the next time when it calls the hasNext, so it returns true because there is one more string is left, that is the BC. Now again we call the hasNext, so that time we are no longer having the combination which is having the length 2, that's why it returns the false. So that is the whole idea of this problem. Now what we have to do is we are going to use two techniques. One is the bit masking technique and another is the priority queue. So I will tell you like why we are using the bit masking technique. So basically what we have to do is in case of bit masking, we pick up the character from the string when the flag or when the bit is set to 1. If it is 0, we are not going to pick it up. So instead of going through the recursive approach, we are going with the bit masking technique by toggling or enabling the bits at particular index of the array, that is, or the string. So that is the whole idea, and as soon as we form a string which has an length equal to the combination length, we are adding it into the priority queue. And priority queue, it basically sorts the element based on the ascending order, or here it forms the ordering in terms of lexicographical order, that is the ascending order. So next time what we have to do is whenever we call the hasNext function, we are just need to check whether our queue is empty or not. If our queue is empty, so it should return us the false value because there are no more elements in our queue which we can return. And whenever we call the next function, so it should return the next possible combination of the length, combinational length. Okay, so now let's get into the code part now. So here when we call this combination iterator as a constructor, so first we are converting the string into the character array and we are storing it into the char array as a input. Then we are calculating the length of the string. Now coming to this for loop part, so what we are doing over here is, if you closely look at this function, so basically we have to find all types of combinations of this link of this character array. So what we are doing is we are shifting one by the length of the string. So for example, if the character array has 3, for example, let's say we have an character array and it has the arguments like A, B, C. So here the n is equal to 3. So when we perform this right shift operation, so it should generate all the 8 combinations including the empty. So simply we have to form the power set over here or the subsets over here which contains all the possible combinations based on this characters from the array. So basically when we perform this shift operation, so it should generate all the combinations, so it becomes like 2 to the power n, so it should generate all the 8 combinations over here. So that's the formula over here. Okay, now in the next part we are forming the string builder because we have to append the result set of the given length. After that, what we are doing over here is we are simply iterating through this character array. So it's the loop starts from 0 to n. Now the coming to the crux part of this algorithm or this problem. So basically here we are writing the logic to check whether the particular bit is set. It means that whether it should have the value greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then we have to simply append that particular character of that array to a string builder. So this way, so what will happen is when I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, from 0 to here the length is, let's say, 3, so it starts from every time for j is equal to 0, then shift. What we are doing is we are shifting 1 by 0 times, 1 times, 2 times. So based on that we will have certain number of combinations. So it would be like 1 1, then again like 1 0 1, or something related to like 1 0 0 1. So there, this kind of combinations it would form, and based on that it will like return whether the particular this particular length is 0 or not. So based on that we are going to append the result set over here. So to be more clear on this, so it should form the combinations like A, then B, then C, then AB, then AC, and so on. So this will this way this logic will work between these two for loops. And finally what we are doing is once we get out of this jth for loop, we are checking the length of the string builder, and if it is equal to the combination length, then what we are doing is we are simply calling this offer function, or we can say like add function of the priority queue, and it just stores the calculated string in our queue. And again like it will sort the element because internally in Java it uses the heap data structure. So based on that it will store the all the elements in the ascending order. Then finally that's the overall logic of this thing, this algorithm. And finally whenever we call the hasNext function, so first it will check whether the queue is empty or not. If it is empty, so it should return it should return true, and we are negating it with this negation operator, so it returns the false. And like if the queue is not empty, so we are simply polling the topmost element or the first element from the front side. So that's the way it will pop the, or it will like pull out the first element. So that's the whole logic of this algorithm. Let's run this program and let's see the output. Okay, so here it has got us the success response, and let's see the test coverage part over here. Okay, so in this case it has passed all the 16 test cases over here. And now coming to this time complexity and the space complexity of this algorithm. So here like we are iterating through this string, and again like we are trying to find the all the possible combination. So basically the overall time complexity over here is n square, and again for this priority queue log n. So the total time complexity is like log n plus n square plus log n. So that's the time complexity. And in terms of the space complexity, we are simply forming this priority queue which keeps all the possible combinations of the string. So that is a big O of n, and again for this character array, that is the big O of n. So overall time complexity is big of n. So that's it for now. If you want the solution of this program, so you can like check out the description section. I have posted the GitHub link over there. And if you like this video, please do like this, comment this, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for now, and stay tuned for the next one.